So I've always gone to the gym and I struggle with motivation. I've had PTs before, and I find the one thing that stuck out to me was when you were posting stuff on your socials, you talked a lot about family and getting older and being able to do stuff and mobility and all that kind of thing, as opposed to just getting like buff and big and like, oh, personal bests and all this sort of thing. And that just wasn't what I was looking for at all. And when I looked on your socials, I remember seeing about spending time with the kids, getting older, being more just generally healthier. And that's what I was looking for, as well as motivation. So I thought, right, you struck out as being different than the others that I'd had. So I thought, right, well, we'll give it a go. So that's kind of the main reason. Initially, it was for a holiday, because I had a holiday coming up and I wanted to like get in shape for that as well.
Yeah.
However, after the first few sessions, I realised that I was achieving more in those sessions than when I come to the gym on my own and I would spend 2 hours here playing on my phone in between exercises and just wasn't achieving a lot. So I realised after the first few sessions, it wasn't going to be a short-term thing. It was going to be a long-term thing. Turning up, just turning up. Like, there were times, so I have a really busy schedule. I have 2 jobs, and so to think that I could find time in between that, well, I couldn't prior to this. I couldn't find time. So to have a session booked in, it was then a non-negotiable. I had to come because it was booked in. I don't like letting people down, so I had to turn up. But just, I don't know, I probably cancelled a couple within the first few just for motivation, or changed them around and just getting into a routine of actually turning up and finding the time. And then once I was here, I was fine. But the initial motivation, I did struggle with. I would say rest. So I didn't rest, never rested. So I would work, I don't even know, 12, 15-hour days, then try and fit in a training session and then go straight back to work with potentially 5 hours sleep on a night. That was it. And then up for work. And it was just a continuous cycle of not stopping. And I remember you said that I was at risk of burning out with how much I was doing. And then I was saying I was struggling to find the time for a session, and then, which actually wasn't the case. There was time for the session. I just needed to kind of plan things a bit better and have a bit more structure, which included rest. And I didn't rest. And in that, I wasn't getting the most out of my sessions because I wasn't resting. Whereas when I started planning things a bit better, putting a bit more structure into my week and having the session that was the non-negotiable in the diary, then I found that I was actually not just dragging myself here and getting through it. I was actually wanting to come, showing up and putting in the effort. Whereas initially, I don't think I did that. Just sticking at it, because it was only meant to be a temporary thing. And as well, I was thinking, it's weird, because I was thinking, I don't know, not if I can afford it, but it's an extra expense on top of everything else. And I almost saw it initially as a luxury. Well, I just do it because I want to get in shape for holiday and everything else. But then to stick at it after holiday and almost then adjust everything in my life so that this is actually a priority now. Whereas before I felt like it was a luxury. It was like, oh, I've got a PT, and, like, it wasn't a priority really. But now this is absolute non-negotiable. It's a priority, and I have to get the sessions in. And it's like a shift in mindset where this has to happen. I feel like overall I'm so much more confident in myself now. And it isn't because, it's not because I might have lost a few pounds or fit in a pair of trousers or something like that. It's not that. I just feel like when you're healthier and you're eating healthier, and then everything's shifted, so I'm not as tired. I feel overall healthier. I'm getting the rest that I need that are important that I didn't realise were important before. I didn't rest at all. Now I'm resting, and everything overall is just better. And I feel like if you feel good in yourself, you're happier.
Yeah.
If you just sat on the sofa eating junk food, which is what I used to do, you almost get into a lazy sort of, I don't know, and then you lose confidence because you don't feel as good in yourself. And I feel like overall, I would say my biggest takeaway is that I feel more confident, happier, just overall happier and more motivated to go for a walk or like not eat the junk food and just overall lead like a healthier lifestyle. So it's like a long-term thing, not a short-term thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I would recommend it. Yes.
Thank you.